Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Katelyn from Katelyn Plans, and today I'm going to be planning in my big catch-all happy planner for the week of May 9th through 15th. So this is our technical finals week. I do have some stuff that's due the next week and I have to submit grades the next week, so there will be stuff next week. But this is like our finals week. I do have a big paper assignment due on Friday. I've got some other stuff going on, so I'm going to go ahead and decorate this spread. Gonna keep it pretty functional, although a lot of my responsibilities have kind of dropped off towards the end of the semester. And as such, I don't think I'm gonna go with the really heavy boxes again. I know that was a decision I made in my last video, my last catch-all video. And some people really do like seeing the boxes because, you know, it's a way of like seeing how people who have kind of busy lives do this like decorative planning style. And I managed to make it really functional for what I needed to do, even without having all those boxes. I had set spaces for everything. So I'm just going to start this off by showing you how I filled in last week's catch-all spread, so you can see that I'm actually making functional spaces out of what I'm doing with the decorative. So this was my Mother's Day spread. I had bullet points for everything that didn't get like a highlighted box. The big things went in like these circles. And then I had a bullet point for like each little commitment or meeting or like deadlines, that kind of thing. And then over here in the sidebar, I set off a section for priorities and a section for like remember stuff, some due dates, some florals. I think it turned out really functional. And when I do this with the boxes, it's like this is a box and this is a box and then this is a box. And it has the same kind of template. It's just a little bit less heavy on the pages. So everything is kind of in its own designated space, which I like, that it has like a space to exist, but it doesn't have that like boxy look to it. I could get a little bit more organic with the planning, which I liked because a lot of things got moved around or rescheduled, and I always feel guilty when I have the boxes and I like cross them off and I'm like canceled. So for things like this, I just like rescheduled and then canceled and then canceled, like stuff like that. I even added in some more florals after the video had ended and I was writing in this, because I felt like some areas like this and some areas like this, when I was writing in this spread, they were just empty space, and I'm like, I could put some more flowers up there. So I did, and I love the way this turned out. I will post a after the pen photo to my Instagram if you want to see this a little bit more closely, but this is how last week worked out, so I'm going to follow suit for this spread. I apologize for the lengthy intro to this one, but I'm just kind of working through everything. But that was last week's. This week I'm going to do something kind of organic. I made this really cute little insert for finals week using the Out for Adventure sticker book and then some of the birds that I got from Alicia Michelle. And I love this color palette, especially with the cheetah print on this Happy Notes paper. And I thought maybe I'd do this for this week. But at the same time, there's some new stickers from my latest May release that I want to work with. So I'm going to save this theme for next week. So maybe that'll be next week's theme with like the cool tone bird jungle thing going on. So look forward to that potentially in the future. But for this spread, I wanted to use these sheets from my own shop. This is the Geo Confetti. So it's like these triangle shapes that are kind of clustered together. There's some single ones in there, some like clusters. I have both the paper and the clear depending on how I'm feeling the layering component of this. And I had mentioned that I thought it might look good over like a line art floral. So I selected these ones from According to Allie. These are her anemones. I've got 6 of them, and I feel like if you can kind of see what I'm going for, like as I'm layering the 2 sheets, it might be a little hard. But I'm kind of thinking like layered geometric shapes underneath these really organic anemone flowers. And then I love this Create with Mandy small biz owner sticker sheet, and I have friends who are on rep teams for Allie and Mandy, so I'll leave links and rep codes down below. But I liked these little reminder stickers. They're not necessarily small business related, but it's like reminder, get stuff done. Well, this one's small business related, that's why I skipped up there. But reminder, small business, big heart. Reminder, don't stress, do your best. I thought these two might be nice for like a finals week spread. But depending on how they work in, we'll see what happens with that. And then finally, I have this Bold and Bright sticker book because you know I love my patterns on patterns. So I was thinking I would take these two and maybe add in this black and white striped washi. I know there's also a full-sized box sticker of that I might be able to cluster in here somewhere, and I do have 2 copies of the sticker book, so I might be able to find a second. But this is enough talking. I need to stop talking, and I just need to start planning. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this off the discs, and we will get started. So I have literally nothing planned for Monday except for like independent work time. So I think that would be the starting place for a cluster. I don't know if I want to do the clear or the paper ones of these. I feel like the clear might be better because then I can layer them both on top of and behind these anemones with the same color effect. If I picked the paper ones, I would have to either commit to doing them all behind the anemones so that they're not blocking out the line work that Allie is drawing, because, you know, paper sticker over anything else will kind of block out what's going on there. Or, you know, have a combination of the two, which when you're doing like clear and paper sticker paper, there is a little bit of a saturation difference between those two things, so the colors wouldn't be like 1-to-1, and I want them all to match. It looks like there was a little bit of a cutting issue with this anemone, so part of the line is cropped off here, which I think I can manage around. It is a little sad, but I will roll with it. It happens from time to time. And then I'm just adding in the geometric shapes, and this is what I mean by like being able to layer both on top of and behind. I think it's fun. It's a little bit like, it's not like edgy, but it's like a cool combination of these really organic lines of the florals and then like the geometric triangles. And this sticker sheet, this Geo Confetti, is the same color palette as the like Sunny Days collection is what I'm calling it. So that would be the Here Comes the Sun, the Make Waves, and then the Sunny Garlands. So all 3 sticker sheets match this color palette, so you could pair them if you wanted to. I'm adding in this washi tape, but I feel like it's a little too much. So I'm going to peel it back and just crop it a little bit shorter so that it ends on Tuesday. That's looking good to me. And then I'm going to balance out that cluster by doing one over here on Wednesday. This is like a matte sticker, or matte clear sticker paper. So it's not as glossy as like maybe the Happy Planners clear stickers are. And I kind of like it with that more matte effect. I feel like it blends a little bit better into the page. And at the same time, you're not getting those kind of reflections if you're someone who likes to photograph your planner spreads. Makes it a lot easier. We all know how hard it is to photograph foil. Clear stickers are kind of the same way. And I have most of my stuff on this half of the week, so I can get a little bit more decorative over here. And that's why I'm using these bigger flowers rather than like the one smaller one. And this one didn't seem to be impacted by the cut of the stickers, so that's nice. Doing that. I feel like it could use a little bit extra on the left side of things, so I'm going to take some of these single shapes, like maybe just one of those, and maybe one of the solid like blue ones. It's kind of like a slate blue, like a gray blue, a little bit bigger than the more salmon-y color, but I think that looks good. I know it's a wacky combo, but I really like it. So I'm looking at Mandy's reminder stickers, and I just don't know if they match the vibe. I'll still link down below for her in case you're interested in ordering stickers from her. I think this one was on sale, and she also had a new release come up recently that was really good. Instead of those quotes, I'm going to take the Bold Blush sticker book, and I know there's some black kind of lettered quotes in here. They look like lettering. Let's pick something a little bit more round in shape rather than like elongated. We've got Dare to Begin. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense, especially at the beginning of the week when I'm struggling to start things. I'm kind of trying to sandwich it around this line so it doesn't intersect the quote, but I don't think there's going to be a happy medium, so I will find a white gel pen. This is a Jelly Roll pen in a 10. I got them at Michael's, I want to say. They're pretty cheap, and they do a decent job of covering things up when you don't want to use that standard whiteout, which can get a little blocky looking because it makes that like very strong rectangular shape when you're using it. So I like the Jelly Roll pens. Dare to Begin. And maybe to kind of connect these pieces of the cluster, I could add in a little bit more of this. I'm looking at this one that forms kind of a line, and there's already white gel pen on my hands. That might be a new accomplishment of how fast I can get white gel pen on my hands. Okay, I'm just gonna put that one up there. I think it brings the pieces together a little bit better, or do I want it underneath? No, I think that looks fine. And clear stickers are hard to peel up, especially on this like matte clear, which I think Allie's using the same paper. But I think it looks good. And I'll get some stuff on the pages like written too. So it's not just gonna be this one random cluster and then nothing. So I just had a crazy idea, and I have to trust that that's why you stay around, is the crazy ideas make the best content. But I'm thinking maybe I get rid of that quote altogether, and also this hair that is attached to my stickers, and take these Mamby sticks, which are kind of a complementary color to those, and write finals across the center of the page. Too much of a stretch? I also have black letters, if maybe that would fit better into the color palette. Because I feel like this blue, it's not an exact one-for-one, so maybe the black letters would be good. But before this sets in, I'm going to go ahead and peel this Dare to Begin up off the page, so hopefully it can live to see another spread. So here are the black letters. They're outlined in gold, which I like, and then I might be able to do gold boxes if I have these. But I think this will be a good touch. So we're going to do the Mamby sticks. I got them at Joann's, which they periodically have sales on like letter stickers. And these are included in the letter stickers, obviously, because they're letters, but they also are included in like their scrapbooking stickers, I think. They're categorized really weird in the system, but it does mean that they often go on sale at a better price than the Happy Planner stickers. So I got them half off at one point, and the Happy Planner stuff typically doesn't go up more than 40% off, I would say, somewhere in that ballpark. But the Mamby sticks. And I feel like people fall into two camps. They either love, love, love the big letters, or they are not a big fan of them. I personally have found love for them like recently. It took me a long time to get onto the Mamby sticks train, but now I'm hooked. And my original plan was I was going to center it, but Finals has an even number of letters. It has 6 letters, and there's 7 boxes across the page. But to get it centered, that means I'll start the word on Monday, and I won't get a letter on Sunday, but that'll be okay because the sidebar should be the same amount of space, so it'll look centered, even if it means having them pushed all the way back to Monday. And also I have stuff to do on Sunday, so it'll be nice to have some extra space. We're going to spell finals, and I could even put week on Sunday, but I don't think I'm going to have the space for that. I think finals is good enough for me. Okay. We got an N. I'm going to need some more letters if I'm going to make this happen. And you get a lot of letters on these, like pages. They're really vowel heavy, which is always good because the vowels are always the ones you run out of first. And I normally will check ahead of time to make sure that I have the exact amount of letters that I need to do the job. But I was feeling risky today, so I'm just going for it. No pre-counting or anything. So this page is going to say owls, Finn owls. But I think that actually worked out really well. And I could have done it up higher if I wanted to, but I kind of like it in the middle. I think it'll break up the space nicely. And then this will be all of my functional area around that. But I want to get some more florals on this half of the spread. And an even better solution to just using this for like commitments would be to actually do the florals in there and just have like 3 clusters of florals. Maybe this one will be a little bit bigger than the other 2, and it could kind of like creep out into other portions of the spread. I'm not really caring about the lines anymore. Like, I know I was caring about it over here, but I think I just need to give up the control just ever so slightly and work within the bounds of the pages for this one. I'm placing like maybe 3 clusters of these Geo Confetti stickers. I kind of liked them connected to each other. I felt like it would be a little bit more manageable rather than trying to place individual triangles, especially for those of you who don't have like the craft tweezers or prefer not to use little tweezers when you're planning. And I have a hunch this Geo Confetti is going to come back in a couple different colors at some point in the shop. I'm already thinking about doing like a neutral blush one that matches like the new blush blooms, the new like dainty neutral floral kind of things. So I think that's a color palette I'd like to work with. I'm also starting a new like mini collection for June that involves yet another color palette. And that should come as no surprise to you. I feel like I do a different color palette every single month. But I think that might be another opportunity for the Geo Confetti. So I'm thinking it looks a little odd with just the 2 of them, but maybe if I add in some of the stripy washi, like underneath this, it might help balance things out. So I'm back in Bold and Bright to grab more of that washi tape, and I'm so tempted by those clear polka dots on the last page, and I think you probably know which ones I'm eyeballing, but no, I can't do it. Too many different patterns. Okay, we're gonna take this one and use it to connect some pieces together. If I can get the ends of it. This one's gonna go over here. Allie also recently had a release, and I ordered some stuff from her as well. She had these really cute watercolor whales that I cannot wait to use in my planner. You know I love my animal stickers, so watercolor whales from Allie will be coming to my channel eventually when I decide to plan with them. There's so many great stickers from like small shops that I have in my collection, and I like feel like I should save them for the video so that you can get the full effect of what it's like to like plan with these small shop stickers. But then I'm like hoarding them because I'm like, if I use them now, I can't use them on my YouTube channel. And I just want to make spreads. So I have to like walk this fine balance between like using the stickers when I want to use the stickers and then like saving the stickers to make content. Okay, here we go. I kind of spread it out a little bit more. And these will make an appearance with some of the boxes or like bullet points I put in here. I feel like maybe boxes would be fine for this to kind of give it some more structure. I'm grabbing the Mojo Jojo Plans black boxes because we're planning with a lot of black in this spread. So I feel like this will be the best like way to kind of even things out visually. And these have an ever so slightly thicker border around them than the Happy Planner boxes do, which I like because we already have some really bold, like black tones in here. Okay, this one's going on Tuesday for a work shift. We're at the end of the semester, so there is cleaning that needs to be done at work. I want to remove what I did with that Jelly Roll pen, and I know that it's a water-based pen, so maybe if I take a Q-tip and a little bit of water, I could get rid of it. I'm a little hesitant because it's on the back of this page, but the line doesn't actually match up with like Papermate Flare, which is another water-based pen, so I think we should be in the clear with that if I just do it lightly. I have a Q-tip, I wet it with some water. I'm gonna just kind of wipe off some excess on my hand. Maybe that's not a good idea. I'm now getting more oils on the pages, especially after I just like lotioned my hands for this video, but I'm just gonna slowly, just ever so gently dab away that white Jelly Roll pen. And I'm gonna take the dry side of this as well and just try to get up any excess moisture that might be on these pages after I finish wetting it. And it doesn't need to be like 100% like pen removal. Like it can still be a little transparent layer of the Jelly Roll. As long as I can see that line in full again, I think we're fine. and it didn't do anything to the back side of the page, so we are golden. Thursday, I'm going to need 2 boxes, so I'm going to take one for an appointment that I have in the morning, and then one for the final that the class I TA for has to take. And I need to be there to proctor it. And because the university makes the final exam schedule, they like determine it so that exams have enough time to take exams. I think everyone gets like a 4-hour block for exams. But they also determine it so that none of the classes overlap. So the time of your class determines the time of your final, but it's not like it's on the day when your class is, because this class is Monday, Wednesday, like noon to 1 or noon to 12:50. And the final that corresponds with it is Thursday night from 7 to 11 p.m. And I don't think it's going to take 4 hours, but the prospect of like them having to take an exam at 11 p.m. or finish an exam at 11 p.m., that's brutal. My university didn't do that, do things like that. I think they capped off the times that you would be taking finals or could possibly take finals at 5 p.m., which I think was a good way of doing things, but yeah. We even had like finals during like our regular class times when I was in college, so it's weird that they're doing things this way. It's a bigger institution, so maybe they know what they're doing. I'm sure they know what they're doing, but it's a weird time. And then on Friday, I have my final paper due for my English seminar, which I'm still working on. And I said in my last video that I would talk about the projects that I'm doing, and then I didn't talk about the projects that I'm doing, but I'm writing a paper about the social media site Ravelry, which is a social media site for knitters, and it's a class about like digital communities. So I'm talking about like how politics kind of forefront themselves on like seemingly non-political like sites like that have to do with crafting. I'm going to take this one and put it on Sunday when I'm going to trivia, and my boyfriend will be in town for this trivia night, so it's going to be an exciting one. But yes, case study on Ravelry for that. And then we have a department pizza party, like barbecue kind of thing, on Friday. So I'm gonna need to get the paper submitted before I go and have fun. Unfortunately, that's the truth. I would rather it be the other way around, but commitments and then fun stuff. So this one's gonna go here, and one of our professors is retiring at the end of the semester who we love, and I've been talking to some friends and they think it would be a great idea for me to make her some custom stickers. So I'm currently working on those. It's a lot of like art history references, things related to what she teaches, so I'm working on those. I might make a little note underneath this that I need to like bring that with me. This might be a good place to get a bullet point for that. I'm pulling Blushing It for the bullet points, and I'm just going to go ahead with the gold ones. There's options for pink and black and brown as well, but I feel like gold is so nice and it'll match the outlining on those letters. So this one's going to go down here. So that's my little remember to bring the stickers bullet point. I also probably should have one for remember to draw the stickers bullet point. I have ideas. And some of them are things that luckily I've already drawn before, so I can just kind of like take the images or the illustrations that I've already drawn and move them onto a sticker sheet that's custom for her. But it's just a matter of like compiling that. So it's gonna have things like the armadillo that I drew for that holiday armadillo sheet. It's gonna have like a glass of wine, like just some of her hobbies and things that she likes. But those are a work in progress, or will be a work in progress by the time this video goes live. Saturday, my sister is graduating from college. I am not going to be able to go see her graduate, and I don't think she wants me to come either. I think she had some plans with friends immediately following the ceremony, so it would be difficult for me to like drive and then like drive back immediately after. And my parents were like, oh, we didn't get a hotel room that's big enough for you to sleep there, so you'd have to sleep at Erin's, Erin being my sister, and she's going to be out that night with some friends. So I'm just not going to go, and I'm going to focus on my final projects because I have one the following Tuesday that needs to get done. And if my boyfriend's going to be here on Sunday, I feel like having stuff at night is going to distract me from work time. So Saturday, I just want to remember that she's graduating, and I'll send her like a text or something like that. On Monday, I want to carve out some work time to go somewhere else and work. I feel like I'm more productive when I'm not in the same spot, like all the time doing all the work. So on Monday, I'm either going to go to our grad lounge on campus or maybe a friend's apartment, or we talked about this one brewery that we like to go to. Their patio actually has really good Wi-Fi and they have snacks. So, or we can bring our own snacks is rather the case. So we might do that and do some grading, but Monday I'd like to carve out some work time. And then Wednesday I want to host some additional office hours for the class I TA for. They're going to have a review session today being Sunday, to go over the study guide. But if there's any remaining questions, I'd like to just carve out some time to answer that rather than attempting to field questions all week. So the prospect of having like specific time rather than like scramble and make your own time sits well in my schedule. So put a box there on Wednesday, and I do want to mark some bullet points for like maybe some other things that are happening, but I've kind of run out of room. So these look a little odd, but I'm gonna go with it. We're gonna leave them like that. I'm not loving the 2 in that cluster, so I'm gonna take a third one and just crop it off the edge of the page so that you get the hint of a third flower being there. Like even just like the slightest amount of petals will maybe help balance things out a little bit better. I'm always someone who gravitates towards odd numbered clusters, so that was getting to be like weird. I think a lot of detailing is getting lost in how hectic it is, but I think it looks fine. I'm just going to leave it like that because I don't want to move things around too much, but these 2 flowers are just going to get saved for another time. And then I'm going to go back to the Geo Confetti and add in maybe a couple additional clusters in areas like around the spread. So like maybe over here on the edge of this box. And I'm trying to avoid like writing room, obviously, because it's important that I be able to write in the events that are happening on these things. There's going to be a podcast on the 13th, I believe. Although we did reschedule our recording, so I don't know what's happening with that as of yet, but I'm sure something will make sense in the next like few days. This single little triangle is looking a little wonky here just because there's so much in this cluster to begin with. And I know it's not going to want to restick to the page after I take it from its home, but I think that's the price we need to pay right now. So that one's going to go off onto the moist Q-tip. Gross. And then this one's also going to make its way over to the pile of doom, just in an attempt to lighten things up a little bit more. And I think that kind of helped. Kind of did, kind of didn't, but we're making our way. We're making our way to the end of this. I'm kind of wanting some more flowers, so I'm going to take the one that I already cropped and put this one over into the sidebar, perhaps. So now we have one cluster of 2. Well, I should phrase it better this way. We've got one of 3, one of 2, and one of 1. So they're all different numbers, which I think kind of works out. You know, I don't normally like clusters of 2, but I think that since this one's a partial shape, it looks a little bit better. And it just balances out because now we have 3 on this page and 3 on this page technically. And this last flower can just be sad and lonely on its own. I'm hesitating. I'm coming back to the Create with Mandy and I'm like, maybe, just maybe these will work. I'm going to just give it a little test run with the reminder, do your best. Don't stress, or don't stress, do your best. Okay, I kind of like them, so we're going to go ahead with that, and maybe it'll cover up enough of those triangles to make things work a little bit better. I'm going to take Small Business Big Heart because I do want to use all 3 of them. And also, reminder, get stuff done. And I feel like Wednesday is a good get stuff done day because the last place I want to put one of these is Sunday, and I know I'm probably not going to get much done then. So we'll do that, especially because the paper deadline's on Friday, so get stuff done needs to probably come before the stuff is due. I mean, I do have stuff due the next week, but when we're thinking about things 1 week at a time, that makes the most sense to me. And then we have reminder, small business, big heart. How sweet. What did I say I needed to do on Saturday? Was it text my sister? I don't know if I need a bullet point for that. But this is making this cluster look really big. So this looks odd. Doesn't this look odd if I do it like here? Finals. Reminder, small business, big heart. I'm kind of looking at it, and actually I don't mind it being like the punctuation mark to finals, especially because I'm going to try to get some Etsy stuff done on Sunday. I tried to get most of the stuff done for the release, like the orders packed and whatnot, this weekend. And then during the regular school week, I try to focus on school, and then on the weekends I work on the Etsy stuff. So it makes sense to have some kind of gesture towards small business on the weekend. Maybe that'll be good. And it breaks up all the hecticness of that, kind of. I use that term loosely when I'm referring to this. And then I have all these little small business stickers that I could use some other time. And I'm looking at working weekend, but I feel like these are just going to add too much. You know, too much. I wanted to do a checklist in the sidebar, and I was thinking maybe one of like the gold ones out of colorful boxes. And then I found this Marabou Designs big sticker book, so it's fit for the big planner. So that means it has really long checklists, which I think is just what we needed. And this kind of orangey red tone, it's not this one that's like the more true red. This one matches this color really well. And I had pulled this off to the side because I was like, the colors go. I don't know if I'm necessarily going to need the sticker book, but the colors match. So I'm glad that I pulled this because this is going to work out perfectly. I'm just trying to figure out where I want to place it height-wise. Do I want it in line with a box? Do I want it kind of split between them? Or maybe dropped down ever so slightly? I'm thinking the latter of those options, just to make the most sense of this. And I could title it with something, or I could leave it blank because maybe more text at the beginning of finals would get a little distracting to have it kind of like bookended by random text on either end. But I like that red color, and I'm actually gonna poke around through this book a little bit more and see if I can find more of that color because it looks really good in this spread. When I said I pulled it because of the colors, I was looking at this one that says your ideas belong here, which is beautiful, but a little too big for this spread. Maybe it'll make an appearance in a future video. I didn't find anything else that was calling to me, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop this back onto the discs and just get a good look at it. Okay, so it's back on the discs, and I'm feeling like the washi is looking a little out of place, so I grabbed this washi that's like a taupe color, very basic, and I'm hoping that by adding this, I can kind of even out the harsh shape of this checklist that I have over here, this single colored checklist, and maybe draw out some of the taupe colors that are in these triangles. I'm just pairing it in the spots where there was already washi, and it's really sheer, so you can see the flowers all the way through it, which I like. It kind of reminds me of painter's tape, honestly, in terms of color, but I'm not angry about it. So this one's just gonna go a little bit longer. There we go. And I think that made things a little bit better. I mean, I'm still not crazy about the shape of this cluster. And I'm trying to figure out a way that I might be able to potentially fix it. I'm sorry this is dragging on, but maybe if I take an X-Acto and cut out some more of these triangles to make the geometric shapes a little bit smaller, that would help. All of these clusters look so good, but this one is the problem cluster. There's always one problem cluster. So I'm going to take this X-Acto knife and cut away portions of the geo confetti. And if you're dealing with the geo confetti, you've bought these stickers and you're trying to figure out what to do with them, you can cut them apart. I tried to group them together because I think it's easier to cut them apart than to place them individually, especially if you're not dealing with craft tweezers or something like that. But they can be cut down in size, especially because they're so geometric. It's not super hard to find a linear point where you can cut things. But I'm just gonna take some parts off of this and hope that that improves matters. So I removed one from the top and one from the bottom. I think it scaled it down a little bit in size, which I appreciate. And things will change around as the week goes on, as you saw by how I adapted this one when I planned in it. But this is a nice starting ground to get all the plans on the pages. I do really like the addition of the taupe washi. I was worried it'd be a little too much, but I think it actually tones things down. I know odd that adding additional things will make the things seem less like clustered, but I like it, and I'm gonna go ahead and call this one complete. So there you have it, my finals week spread featuring According to Allie's Anemones, Create with Mandy's small biz owner little reminder stickers, which I'd love to see like an entire sheet of these little notification stickers. They're so cute, like the ones that you have on your iPhone or whatever. And then the Geo Confetti from my own sticker shop. So there you have it, my finals week spread. If you like this video, hit that like button down below. You can also subscribe to my channel for more fun planner related content, and follow me over on Instagram at Katelyn Plans, where I share after the pen photos as well as photos of spreads that did not get videos. Thanks for watching and happy planning.